78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. And if you're digging the video, go ahead and share this joint. All right, y'all. So there's been a debate going on for the last week or so with LeBron James responding to Stephen A. Smith about ring culture. All right. So LeBron James said that ring culture, he doesn't know how it got to this point in the NBA, why basketball players are held to this standard of ring culture and ring chasing. And he said that, it's like saying that you mean to tell me Allen Iverson and Charles Barkley, all those guys can't sit at the same table with other greats because they didn't win a ring. Then he brought up that's like saying that Peyton Manning can't sit at the same table with Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady because they didn't win as many rings, right? Now, a lot of people, I think, are confused as to what this is about. Now, I'm going to hit this from both angles here because LeBron, to a degree, I understand where he's coming from, but I also see another angle what LeBron is trying to do as well. LeBron is also, while this debate is going on between him and Jordan and Kobe and all this stuff and who's the greatest and all of that, LeBron is basically saying, well, I can't catch Jordan in rings, okay? I'm probably not going to catch him in Kobe, so therefore I'm still better because of other things. He's trying to dismiss the ring argument, right? While also, at the same time, he's checking Stephen A. Smith for making a asinine comment that Giannis would be an underachiever if he doesn't win another ring. Now let's just tackle it from that issue. First, Giannis, because the ESPN and the ESPN media machine, FS1, all of them have been trying to get Giannis to leave Milwaukee for years now. As soon as he became a star, and they knew this kid was going to be the goods, that's when the media pressure came on to make him disloyal, to make him leave and go to a bigger market. Because the media, let's just be honest with you, ESPN and all the guys don't watch the games, man. They read stat lines and stuff like that. It's too many games that come on every night for them to watch. They don't watch all the games. They read the stat lines. And then they come on TV and talk as if they watched the game from start to finish and as if they so educated about what happened. And a lot of times they're going off of memory. They're going off of you still have people on TV saying stuff like, yeah, Giannis needs to work on his jump shot. Once Giannis gets that jumper down, oh man, he's going to be something special. Well, that was true 3-4 years ago. Giannis has been had a jumper since then. I mean, last year, Giannis shot phenomenal from one of the best shooting percentages from the floor. You know what I'm saying? And he shot a lot of jumpers. So but that's an old narrative because people aren't really watching the games. And they get caught doing that. So anyway, the media people who are not watching the games want to make it easier for themselves by putting these great players like Giannis into bigger markets where they can just watch 4 or 5 teams. It'd be much easier for them to do their job if they can only watch the Lakers, the New York Knicks, the Miami Heat, and maybe one more team. If they can just make the whole season about 4 or 5 teams, their job can be much easier. They don't want to tune into a Milwaukee Bucks game and find out why the Bucks are losing and stuff like that. They don't want to do that. It's too much work for them. So they pressure guys like Giannis to leave the Milwaukee Bucks and go chase a ring somewhere else, okay? Now, because Giannis is loyal and because he's not leaving the Bucks, they're trying to punish him with ridiculous criticisms. Trying to bully him, out of his lunch money, so to speak. So Stephen A. Smith says, well, if Giannis doesn't win another ring, mind you, Stephen A. Smith came up with this topic. He literally came up with this topic for ESPN First Take. Molly asked the question, right? So I want people to understand it. Stephen A. Smith comes up with the topics. I don't want y'all to think that this is Molly coming up with this topic. He sat there and acted like this was a real question. He's like, so Molly said, Stephen A., what would you think if Giannis, doesn't win another championship? This is after announcing that Giannis is going to stay with the Bucks. He said, well, I think he'd be an underachiever. I think he would have underachieved. It'd be a shame if he doesn't win another championship and blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is my thing. Giannis has already won an NBA championship in Milwaukee. The first championship after 50 years. He's already done it. Right? He's already done it. That can never be taken away from him. First, it was you criticize all these guys for not winning rings. Right? Giannis wins one. Didn't have to leave to do it like y'all suggested. He stayed in Milwaukee and won one. Right? And now you're saying that if you don't win another one, we get to criticize him again. So this is the media mumbo jumbo. That's what's happening here, all right? It's ridiculous. So LeBron comes out and said, and Stephen A. to be fair, he took a lot of criticism for that ridiculous comment. Jay Will got at him. I think the guys from Gilbert Arenas, Shagil's Arena, they got at him. And I think Tracy McGrady disagreed with it as well. A lot of people disagree with what Stephen A. Smith said because Stephen A. Smith has never won an NBA championship. He's never won a championship in nothing. High school, college, nothing. He's never won a championship. He wouldn't know the first thing about what it takes to win a championship, okay? But his job is to talk about people, right? So in his arrogance, he thinks it's okay to sit down and tell a 6'11", 245-pound monster and Giannis Antetokounmpo what the best thing for his career is. Okay, that's what Stephen A. Smith thinks is. Now, so LeBron, in essence, was responding initially to what Stephen A. said and to ring culture. And he said he just didn't want to mention Stephen A.'s name because they got their little beef going on. So LeBron said, well, look here. All right. You mean to tell me, blah, 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 that Reggie Miller and Charles Barkley can't sit at the same table with X, Y, Z? And we know that's not true. Reggie Miller, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, even though some people from this generation think he's overrated. I have no idea why. Charles Barkley, one of the best ever to do it, especially for his height, to be 6'4", stocky like that, you know what I'm saying? And for him to do what he did athletically was phenomenal. Right, his desire to get out rebound everybody on the court is unmatched by anybody. Charles Barkley was that dude. Now, so on and so forth. Patrick Ewing and other great players that didn't. Karl Malone, John Stockton. Come on, bro. Like, there's so many players who never won a ring and were great, and they were stopped. They were halted because winning the NBA championship takes more than just being a great player. It takes more than having a couple of great players on your team. The ball has to bounce your way. You have to have luck. This is why I keep trying to tell people, bro. Like, the year we won the championship with the Milwaukee Bucks, bro, things were just happening. It seemed like we had bad luck, but we just kept. Look, y'all remember Giannis had that freak accident where his he hyperextended his knee in the playoffs against Atlanta, right? I thought it was over with. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap, right? The Bucks, the ball starts bouncing the Bucks' way. Without Giannis, who had to sit out 2 games, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, and the rest of the Bucks were able to summon up enough to beat the Atlanta Hawks without Giannis. The ball just fell the Bucks' way. Calls went our way, right? Even before that, when we played the New Jersey Nets, right? The Brooklyn Nets, I should say. I'm sorry. KD foot being on the line, the ball, everything bounced our way. You need the ball to bounce your way to win a championship. It ain't just about greatness. You can have great players. You got to have great coaching, right? You got to have the ball got to bounce your way. The calls got to go your way. Everything got to go your way in order to win a championship. And you look at what's happened this year. This year it looked like Indiana. Indiana has been one of the most, I don't want to use the word luck because they are a good team, top to bottom. But, man, the ball is bouncing Indiana's way. I'm talking about they come back. If it's 5 minutes left in the game, they can be down by 40. If it's 5 minutes left, it's too much time on the clock to get happy. I'm telling you right now, because Indiana coming. They coming back, boy. I mean, the call's going to go there with everything. Same thing with OKC. OKC, Shea get all the calls, everything going their way. It's like this is the perfect recipe for a championship. See what I'm saying? Indiana, what they're doing is a total team, and what OKC is doing. All right. So winning the championship is definitely a team accomplishment. No one player is going to win a championship by himself. I watched all the Chicago Bulls championships. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, that was my squad. You know, the Bucks and the Bulls was my squad. You know, and I remember, you know, look, you got to figure what Michael Jordan had. What Michael Jordan had? What 35 points? Let's just say on a good day he had 50. On an amazing day he had 50. You still got to come up with another 50 points. You see what I'm saying? So you need your team, right? You need defense, you need offense. The championships are indeed a team sport. I mean, excuse me, a team accomplishment, right? Now, however, LeBron James, it's also true, put a lot of this pressure on himself when LeBron came out and said, you know, when he went to Miami, talking about, you know, he was ring chasing because he heard all the noise. They made him leave Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? He could have stayed in Cleveland, but they made him leave all the because of the pressure. So he left, and they said the decision was a joke. It was it was weak. It was, you know, they said he got a lot of criticism basically. And he said, I'm going to win not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six. You know what I'm saying? You know, so LeBron came out there and said that they was from the clown out there in Miami going to run off a bunch of championships. Then they got embarrassed by Dirk. You know what I'm saying? They went up in there trying to make fun of young Dirk in you know, in Dallas and got embarrassed. You know, then they had to come back, and then they ran a couple of them off with Ray Allen. Right? Then LeBron goes back to Cleveland and wins a great championship in Cleveland, which is, you know, I think is the best championship for LeBron was the Cleveland one. That was a great championship. Then he goes to LA and wins the championship, right? So great accomplishments by LeBron, but because the argument is going on between you and Jordan, you can't try to take away from the accolades of Jordan. Like you can't. This is what I'm trying to say. You can't try to rig the debate now to say, well, I can't catch Jordan in rings, so let's diminish championships. That's not fair. That's not fair. Nope, can't do that. Can't do that. No, because rings was totally fine with you when you was wanting to chase him. When you was in Miami, you thought y'all was gonna run off all them championships. Rings was totally fine in that debate. But now that you're 40 years old and you know you at the downside of your career, and you know you're not going to catch Michael Jordan or Kobe in rings, now you want to diminish the importance of a championship. Nah, can't let you do that, G. Can't let you do that, G. No, championships do matter, okay? Now, because you haven't won one or you only won one don't mean you ain't great, right? I believe LeBron James is on my Mount Rushmore of basketball. Some people think that's disrespectful. That's because they you know, a bunch of, you know, Glazers. You know what I'm saying? They LeBron James Glazers. So, you know, if you think it's disrespectful for me to suggest that he's a Mount Rushmore player, I mean, you know, he's just not the greatest of all time. Now, I think he's in my top 5. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Now over Michael Jordan, I can't put him over Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Can't do it. But some people say, "Oh man, you hating on him? You hating on LeBron?" Okay, if you think that's hating, then that's just you being a ridiculous glazer. On your knees, glazer. On your knees with your mouth open, just ridiculous glazer. You know what I mean? If you think that's hating, I'm just calling it how I see it. Right? He's great, but I don't think he's the greatest. But anyway, you can't rig this argument, rig this debate now because you're losing. See what I'm saying? Rings, you were totally fine with rings, all right? You were totally fine with rings before, and now that you're losing the debate, again, you losing Father Time is now catching up with you. You ain't got enough time to catch Jordan. So now, okay, well, ring culture and this and that. No, that's not true. Sorry, can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Can't do that. You know what I mean? Now rings ain't everything. We know that. Rings, having more rings is not automatically make you better. You have to you gotta be driving the bus, like Charles Barkley say. It's a lot of different factors to go into that. Because if that's the case, then we gotta say Bill Russell is the greatest player of all time. If it's just about the rings, it ain't just about the rings. It's a lot of things added to it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know, I think the debate is very simple. Now I break it down for you like this. If you want to know who the best between Michael Jordan and LeBron, LeBron James has played. I watched LeBron's whole career. You know what I'm saying? I've seen LeBron play in high school. So LeBron didn't play for over 20 years in the game, right? Over 20 years. Now, until people start when people start calling somebody the LeBron James of this or the LeBron James of that, then maybe we can have a debate. But right now, to this day, young kids, little boys ain't never seen Jordan play. Still want Jordan shoes. They still talking about this person, that person is the Michael Jordan of hockey. This person is the Michael Jordan of kickboxing. This person is the Michael Jordan of math tests, spelling bees. You dig what I'm saying? Nobody ever says this person is the LeBron James of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not yet. We ain't heard it. I haven't heard it. So LeBron got a lot of work to do when it comes to that, man. But I think the debate is stupid. I think it's dumb. I think what I'm saying they just it's over. Like I don't even understand the point of this argument. The GOAT debate. I don't get it. I don't get what, like, let's say LeBron does win a couple more rings with the Lakers, right? And does some ridiculous stuff, right? Like, I don't understand, like, how is that helping anybody else's life? Me and you still got to get up in the morning and pay our bills, right? We got to pay for our kids to go to college, right? We got to make sure our grandkids' daycare and everything is taken care of. We got to do all this grown man and grown woman stuff. And I just don't understand what people stand to gain if LeBron does surpass Jordan by some statistical whatever. I mean, I think LeBron just now catching Michael Jordan in 30-point games, bro. And the man's been played for like 50 years. This is a ridiculous conversation to me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's my 2 cents on the matter, man. So I can see both sides. I understand where LeBron's coming from with the ring culture, and I also understand where Stephen A. Smith is coming from. And you know what I'm saying? But later for Stephen A. Smith, don't ever mistake me for defending him ever in life, because I ain't never defending that jig again. That's the worst type of sellout jig I've ever seen in my life, Stephen A. Smith. But 78 Sports TV. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Smash that like button and share the video, y'all. And make sure you sub to the channel. Hope to see y'all at the LDBC meet and greet, Las Vegas, August 9th and 10th. Make sure you get y'all tickets, man. Come on out there to see us. Hosted by Team Haney, DHP. You dig? We up out of here. Deuces.